Gaurav is asking, how do I get a life in which I get respect as well as I live my own way? How do I get a life? Come close to the question. Understand that the question is your own, because the question is really our own. This is a desire that is entrenched in everybody's mind. I want respect and I also want to live on my own terms. Gaurav, it is very much possible. It is very much possible, and that's the good news. But there is an accompanying bad news as well. It is not possible in the way you think it is possible. What you are asking for is surely possible. It is not only possible, it is your right. It is your right to be respected and also live freely. When you say I want to live on my own terms, what you mean is that I want to live freely. Yes, of course it is possible. There are no constraints at all. There is no problem. It is surely possible that we be respected and we live freely, but there is a small spoiler that it is not possible in the way we think about it. Let's try to understand. What does the word respect mean? Respect has two meanings. One, the conventional meaning, wherein respect is just a code of conduct. You go to your teacher and you say, good morning, you bow your head a little, and it is considered as, right? You do not argue with your parents and it is considered as, right? When you are walking in front of a temple, you do not do a few things, or you do a particular thing and it is considered as respect. And all this respect, if you look closely at it, is just a particular way of behaving. As we said, it is conduct related. It does not really much to have to do with whether you understand what you are doing. It only has to do with your behavior. Whether or not you understand your teacher, just show this kind of action and you will be considered respectful. Is that not so? Is that not so? This is the conventional meaning of respect. There is another meaning of respect, and after telling that meaning, I'll ask you, which meaning do you prefer? So listen very carefully, because I'll ask you, which meaning do you prefer? What's your name? Gaurav. Gaurav, you are wearing something over here. What is this called? Specs. Spectacles. Respect. Spectacles. Inspect. Spectacular. Do all these words have something in common? Spect. Inspector. What does spect mean? Spect means to see. That's why it is called spectacle. What is spectacular? Which is worthy of being seen. Wow, it's a treat to the eyes. So we call it spectacular. Right? So what does respect mean? To see it? To see it again. And why would you see something again? Why would you see something again and again? Yeah, good answer. Because it is spectacular. Because there is a certain love. And because you want to understand. Because every moment you want to be close. So you are seeing again and again. That again and again implies every moment. I have not closed the process of looking. I have not stopped the process of coming close. Again and again I am coming close, and that is respect. Again and again I am in contact with you, and that is respect. Respect. Again and again I am in contact with you. This respect is a deep love. This respect is a deep closeness. And that respect was a code of conduct. Now, which respect do you prefer? Which respect do you prefer? But then there is a funny thing about the whole. In the first kind of respect, there is a demand. In the first kind of respect, there is a fear. In the first kind of respect, there is a lack of understanding. In the second kind of respect, there is no fear and no demand and no expectation. You will not say in the second kind of respect that I want to be respected. In fact, this respect is something which is purely dependent upon you. It is not dependent upon anybody else. Because this respect is essentially awareness. I want to know, I am looking at it again and again. There is something that really is drawing me towards it, and I am looking at it again and again. And when you are looking at something really closely, in that moment there is no fear. There is just knowing. You forget about all these demands in that moment. That I want to be respected. Is the other fellow insulting me? In the moment of love, all these things don't count. Is he insulting me? What is the entire world thinking about me? These things don't count in love, right? Do they? They don't. They don't. But they are very important when you are limited to the first definition of respect. Then they become very important. Because then you are a beggar. What are you saying? You are saying to the entire world, please behave nicely with me, please respect me. I want your respect. You are a beggar and you are a violent beggar. The beggars that we usually see, they appear very, very meek because they'll just come, beg and go away. But the fellow who wants respect is a beggar and a very violent one at that. Why? Because he wants respect, and if he doesn't get it, what will he do? If he doesn't get it, what will he do? He'll exert pressure. He'll stretch relationships. He'll threaten. He'll feel bad. He'll take punitive action. Because he is depending upon the others to show a particular code of conduct. He does not know. There is no understanding. He does not know what he is thinking. But he is satisfied that he is saying these few words to me, and that is sufficient. That is the kind of life 99% of mankind lives. We do not understand the other. We do not understand the world. We do not understand our own mind. But for us it is sufficient if a particular thing is happening in a particular way. For example, many of us might be just satisfied that we are sitting here. Sitting here is a kind of behavior. Just sitting. But are you really understanding? That's the question to be asked. And if you are really understanding, that is real respect. Right now, you may sit here and keep quiet. And should I take that you are respectful towards me? Are you showing respect to me just by sitting quietly? Or is real respect about listening again and again and again and continuously? And being so close that you are really understanding what is being said. What is real respect? But what do we usually do? When your attendance will be marked, will it be marked on the basis of your understanding, or will it be marked on the basis of your physical presence? So bad, just too bad. That is how our world runs. It is only concerned with behavior. So come, walk into the door, walk into this room, and sit quietly and follow all the protocols. And if you are following all the protocols, you are all right. You get a P. You are present. Now it doesn't matter what you are doing here. Nobody can come and check where your mind is. All that people can check is where your body is. And if your body is here, you are present. If your body is here, you are present. Your mind may be anywhere. That is our conventional definition of respect. It is a very shallow thing. It will make you dependent. It is actually stupidity. Those of us who demand respect are making themselves slaves of others. Because you want the other to behave in a particular way, but he will not behave. He may or may not. He is not controlled by you. He has his own whims and fancies. And what are you doing like a beggar? You are after him. Kindly give me respect. The intelligent man does not do that. The intelligent man says, do I understand? And if I understand, I am respectful towards myself, and that is sufficient. What does the intelligent man say? Do I understand? There is no point asking the other to respect me. Am I respectful towards myself? That is the bigger question to ask. Am I respectful towards myself? And remember, what is respect? Understanding. So self-respect then is self-awareness. What is self-respect? Self-awareness. The intelligent man is concerned with self-respect. And self-respect is not a type of ego. Self-respect is not arrogance. Self-respect is self-awareness. Self-respect is, do I understand my own mind? Do I know what I am doing? Do I know why I am there in this campus? Do I know why my life is moving in such a way? Do I know why such people are my friends? Do I know what attracts me and what does not? Do I know where my beliefs and opinions come from? That is self-respect. In that sense, do we have self-respect? Do we have self-respect? No, we don't have self-respect and we want respect from others. Is that not weird? Is that not very weird? To not to have self-respect and ask for respect from? Now, here is the next question. What would you rather have? Self-respect or an artificial, blind respect from others? And what is self-respect? Understanding yourself. Now, when you have this real respect, then the other part of the question that he asked, that can I have respect and still live freely on my own terms? These two now are not two different things. These two become one. And that's the beauty of this. Usually we say, try to understand this. Why did he ask this question? He said, can I have a free life and yet have respect from others? Because we see that there is a contradiction. What is the contradiction? Yes, because when you ask for respect from others, they will dictate things to you. They will say, we'll give you respect, but you must live life according to us. So there is a contradiction. Now there is a problem. Either you take our respect or you live freely. So you see, this is a trade. They are telling you, take respect, give freedom. From us, take some respect, but in exchange, surrender your freedom. This is such a poor trade. It is not. This is such a poor deal, is it not? How many of you would exchange your freedom to get some foolish respect from somebody? How many of you would do that?
So we did.
We keep on doing that, right? We keep on doing that. And son, we are young. When you open your eyes and look at the world around and you see that all these grown-ups are doing that all the time, what else are they doing? They are sacrificing genuine, real, precious freedom to get what? Stupid, artificial respect. And that respect is of no value at all. That respect is worthless. Yet we are surrendering the really precious thing, our intrinsic freedom, to get that respect. And that is the reason why, Gaurav, you asked that question. Because there is a trade-off there. So you asked me how to balance these two. You said how to get both. Because in this world, you either have this or that. You either have freedom or you have respect from others. And the more respectable you are, the less. Now I ask you, there are so many respectable people in the society. So it is certain that they
Must be free.
must be free. Now, when you come across a very respectable man, be compassionate towards him. The poor fellow is suffering. Why is he suffering? Because he has given up his freedom. Unless you give up your freedom, these others will not give you respect. So one lesson that you must take home with you is that I will never run after respectability. I will never run after respectability. Because this respectability comes at a huge cost. I get something which is of 2 rupees and I have to surrender something which is priceless. Right? Instead, I will understand the real meaning of respect and instead of asking respect from others, I'll have self-respect. Self-respect would be self-awareness. I'll live my life in my own eyes. I will not depend on others to give me respect. I'll ask myself, what am I doing? How am I living? Can anybody know more about you than you? Who will know more about you? Your neighbor or you? Who is the best man to see what you are doing? Then why must you depend on others? Why must you ask others? Why must you take others' opinions seriously? And why must you be demotivated when somebody tells you are not good enough? And why must you feel good when somebody tells you that you are wonderful? Don't you think all these are traps? The moment you feel good when somebody tells you that you are so smart, so handsome, so intelligent, you are trapped, aren't you? Because now you'll be dependent upon him. You will be dependent upon him to give you respect. Whereas the only real respect is, and to repeat, respect is not a code of conduct, respect is understanding. So, self-respect. My life, my mind, my eyes, and my honesty. I will not deceive myself. I'll really look hard at myself. I'm an adult, I'm grown up. And then there is absolute freedom. So there is no trade-off. Then you will not ask respect or freedom. Then you will say respect and freedom. Wonderful. Then it will not be respect or freedom. Then it will be respect and freedom. And this respect is self-respect. Is that clear? All right, good.